Welcome back to episode 42 of Simply Clarifying. Today is a little bit of an interesting one, if I can say so myself. I have been asked this question a couple times, and I just want to kind of put it out there why it's a weird situation. So the episode is called, what is it called? Making Friends as an Adult. It sounds easy, right? Like it really does. But think about it. When you're a kid, right, most of you are like taken to school, so you're in this plethora, right, of children. Like there's just so many options. You've got weird kids, funny kids, mean kids, like you got all these personalities mashed into one group. You're having to be there 5 days a week, so many hours a day. Like chances are you're going to talk to someone and more than likely going to have something in common with them. Adults is a little bit different. I mean, when you're an adult, the friends you make are like a matter of circumstance, right? Like where you are. Okay. So if you're someone who only goes to work and then home, any friend you have, more than likely, you're going to meet at work. And then you have to decide, okay, so I spend all day, 5 days a week with this asswad. Do I really want to take it outside of work? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, okay, so they're like friendly, but they're not like out of work friends. You know what I mean? That makes sense? It's harder a little bit sometimes. So especially, and I'm saying this as like a totally lame parent adult. Okay, I'm not somebody who goes like clubbing or out to the bar every weekend. So like if you're like going more places, obviously you have more opportunities. So friendships happen wherever you are, right? Wherever, the more places you go, obviously the more opportunity you have. So if you're limited, then you're limited. All right, so making friends as an adult is often described as dating for friends. That's really weird. Because it requires the same level of intentionality, consistency, and vulnerability. Unlike childhood, where proximity, school, does the heavy lifting, adult friendships require you to create your own infrastructure for connection. Now, the consistency and the everything else. Yeah. So, here's the thing. Some people can meet people like nothing, okay? I myself, I can go into anywhere and meet, talk to, get along with, whatever, anybody. Like, it doesn't matter. Anybody, okay? Being friendly and then ending up as friends are two very different things. They take a lot of different... Oh, it's like you really gotta want it, right? Especially people like my age. You know, I have 4 kids. My husband works all the time. For a while, I was working out of the house. A lot of the time, I was working in the house. So it's like, what all do I have time for? What do I want to invest in? Because that's part of it, right? Like any good relationship, even with like family, right? If you're far away from family or friends or whatever, people that you used to know once upon a time, if there's a distance between you and you want to stay close, you have to give and be like part of that. But so does the other person. So like, that's a whole thing. You have to check in, you got to call, you have to make them feel involved, you want to feel involved. Friends are no different. Like you have to put a certain amount of energy and show upness into it to make it even a legitimate situation. So I tell my daughters all the time, look, you can walk into a room full of people, okay? You can be friendly to everyone, okay? You can be friends, you know, like, hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, good, nice to see you again. You know, casual acquaintances, if you will, with like a good chunk of them. But in that big ass room full of people, the people that you can actually like really invest in, like really that want to invest in you too, you're talking like 1 to 3, which is crazy, but it's true. Then I have to tell them also that quality beats the fuck out of quantity all the time. I don't want 3,700, friends. I'd rather have like 3 rock hard, like die hard, like, hey, I need an alibi, got you girl, like 3 of those. You know what I mean? So it's not I guess it depends. Some people, they like the numbers, right? Like if you're on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, like the followers and the friends and stuff, like that number is something. That means shit to me. That means shit to me. Like at one point years ago, you know, I don't keep in touch with people from like people I went to school with because I don't care to, right? Like school was 20 some years ago. And so if we're not talking now, then you sending me a friend request on any fucking app, that ain't gonna happen. Okay? Because if I didn't give a shit to know what you've been doing this entire time, why the fuck do you think I give a shit now? And on the flip side, if I don't give a shit about you, why the fuck do you think I'm gonna lift up the curtain so you can see what the fuck I'm up to after all this time? Nope. So built-in friends from school, no, that's not a thing for a lot of people. Some people though, some people are still broed up with the people that they graduated with, and like all power to you. Like that's not me though. So where do you meet people if it's not at work and you don't have the convenience of like at school? I know people who go to the gym and they have like gym friends, and that's what they call them. Oh, my gym friend, you know, oh, my bar friend, my work friend. But it's like, so do you only hang out and talk when you're both at those places? Like that's to me what that would seem like, right? So I don't know. This says where to meet people. Focus on repeated, unplanned interactions. Let's see. So exposure, right? Simply seeing the same faces regularly makes you like each other more over time. I mean, okay. Okay. So we'll take this back. A friend of mine, we've been friends for, I want to say over 15 years now. I'm getting fucking old. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so when I worked in retail many years ago, if I had to be closing, right? You're cleaning up the store, whoever works retail, you know what I'm talking about. You have to go, you have to pick up everyone else's shit and like get the store ready for the next day, blah, 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 blah. So if I'm in the same vicinity and I'm like folding jeans or like putting these graphic tees away, and then someone is like literally right there doing the same thing, there's no music, or it's the same music you've heard all motherfucking day on the track, and then we're not talking or anything, like no, I'm going to be the one that asks the weird question to start. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? I feel like if we're in the vicinity and we could be talking versus doing this, like we're doing the same fucking thing, right? Nobody wants to be here doing this, but we're both here fucking doing it. So like at least while our hands are going folding shit, we could at least be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Now if I don't like this person, obviously I'm going to be like, bitch, you don't exist. I don't even see you. But sometime over 15 years ago, I did ask a question. I asked something really freaking weird. Like, if you were a superhero or had powers or whatever, would you rather fly or be invisible? If someone just asked you that, like you're just minding your own business at work, folding fucking jeans or shirts or whatever, and someone asks you some crazy shit like that, what are you going to think? For one, you're going to be like, you know, you talking to me, you crazy bitch? Like what? But weird things like that also kind of shift. It breaks up the total monotony. Obviously you haven't had this conversation today, so it's like you actually have to think about it for a second, and then it's like you start talking about other things. It's so easy. So that actually happened, and all this time later we're still friends. So it's weird. Another friend of mine, I was actually applying for like this extra job as a photographer on this set, and I was told that I was the head photographer for this event. Okay, that there would be other photographers, but I would be like, up there. Okay, well, great. So I don't have to announce that or anything. I just, it's like a seniority thing, I guess. It's just like a title that I have. So as I'm doing these events a couple nights in a row here, I start to meet a couple of the other photographers that are there with me. And this one night, I happen to be talking to this one girl, and she tells me how, yeah, she was told that she's actually head photographer. And I'm like, like, double take, what? That's weird, because that's what I was told. And then we started bonding about this motherfucker that hired us, and it's just like, what a slimy, skeezy, like, and all this time later, here we are. I think that's like 11 years. So it's up there, right? And my last one became inducted into the Crazy of Kara friendship ring just a couple years ago. And this was at my kids playing softball. So we're at a place where like there's softball games going all day. It's just this like family friendly whatever place, whatever. Here I am at the time, black t-shirt, tattoos, of course, my black hair, my sunglasses, a hat, whatever. I'm watching the games. I'm completely to myself. I see all these like butterflies, floating. How was your day? You can tell that they've just been friends for like years and years and years. But I'm just like, I don't put off that, hey, everybody, come on. No. My vibe is like, I'm watching the game, walk on. Like, if someone has a trigger, or a hook where they're like, hey, look at this, I'm not going to be the first one to be like, and check that out. Like, no. Just like, okay, just, ugh. So, but anyway, I found this person, and she's sitting there. Here's this chick wearing, band shirt, 80s, 70s, 80s rock band shirt. She's got a hat on. She's got dark hair. I see tattoos, and she's watching the game. She's not over here like, blah, 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 what's your recipe for muffins? Blah, oh, Timmy looks great. Ooh. None of that. Like, she's just like focused, and for some reason, that's just like, wow, she looks so mean, and that kind of like reminds me of me, like all this stuff. Okay, so I had seen her a couple times because our kids played on the same team or on the same field or whatever the fuck. And so it got to the point where I eventually heard her speak. And when she was talking to one of her kids, she had said something. She said, come here and let me, make sure you don't have a pop mustache. Okay, so we're in Georgia. They don't say pop here, okay? We say pop in like Michigan and up there, up there we say pop. So that definitely was like, and so I looked at her and I was like, so where are you from? And she's like, oh, I'm from here. I'm like, no. I was like, you said pop. Where up north are you from? And she started laughing. She's like, oh, Ohio. And I'm like, oh. And that was it. Something so tiny, trivial, but like, here we go. Two northern people in Georgia. Like, what the fuck? Like, then it comes out we live like 2 miles away from each other, and we got kids and this and blah, blah, blah. And like, my finding friends has been in just the weird, like, coincidental thing. You know what I mean? Like, instances. And I know people that, so my husband, he has people that like he games with, he has a lot of people at work and stuff, but like he doesn't want to hang with the people at work after work, right? Because you're there fucking 10 hours a day together. So it's like, hey, you want to go hang out? No, motherfucker, I've seen you all goddamn day. Like, no, it's all right. It's all right. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. But I think that he envies just a little bit the ability I have to go anywhere and meet people, right? Just like, it's not a big deal, and it's not like I hold on to everybody. Like I said, I can be friendly with anybody, doesn't matter, but who I choose to invest the time in, that varies greatly. So if you're having issues meeting people, or you don't even know where to start, okay, as an adult, because I know being a mom, I started my momhood as a military wife, and if you know anything about that, it's like you kind of hold yourself back from, meeting people or wanting to make friends, because you know that some point is going to, sometimes going to come where one of you are going to have to move. You're either going to be relocated or whatever the fuck. And that always happens. And then it's like you wait long enough, and then you finally decide to, take a risk and get out there, put yourself out there, make a friend, and then before you know it, that friend's gone. So it's like, why did I even try? And stuff like that. So that's how I started my adult social life. I didn't have one for the longest. And then again, it kind of cursed me where I was kind of standoffish, and then I kind of would do it, and then like, okay, well, now we're being stationed in and it's like, great. So, okay, so anyway, you got hobby-based groups, which, I mean, there's a lot of things online. Like, way back in the day, I didn't have such options. So, like, meetup.com, or there's different groups online. There's different activities, book clubs, community classes even. Taking, like, cooking classes, music classes, all this shit. If you're going somewhere hobby-based, and I had to tell this to my, like, oldest daughter. If you're going somewhere hobby-based, the people that you meet there, you're already having something in common. Like, that's the great part. It's just actually getting up and going to those things and being in that position to have the opportunity to meet people. And that's where some people are like, extra. But social sports, okay? So whether you're in a league or your kids are, like, don't be afraid if your kids are there. If you see people around, like, obviously you have something in common. All right, so you both spend an assload of money on kid shit. You both have, you're both out of the house at least this many days for practices and games and blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're on the same team? Great, blah. You got someone to sit and bitch about, the umpire with, or all that shit. Like, it's just like, yeah. Volunteering, working on a shared cause naturally connects you with people who have similar values. All right, that's fair. Digital tools, use friend-finding apps like Bumble or Peanut for moms. I don't know. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of different stuff. I'm more of the, like, organic type person, you know what I mean? Where I, like, actually meet people of circumstance. Mine has been, like, work or kid spots, you know what I mean? So it's, yeah. Friendship math. No idea what this is going to be. Friendship doesn't happen instantly. Really? There's an 11-3-6 rule. It typically takes 11 interactions over 3 months to feel like a friend, aiming for about 6 deep connections for overall well-being. What? That is completely false. Disagree. Time milestones. It takes roughly 50 hours, Christ, to move from acquaintance to casual friend, and 200 plus hours to become a close best friend. I mean, it looks crazy to read the amounts, but, like, again, the newest friend got locked in 3 years ago. So yeah, I guess we've overshot 200 hours for sure. And the ones that have made it 10 and 15 years, yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, let's see. Actionable strategies. Assume people like you. Don't do that. Okay, I guess, okay. As opposed to being closed off and like, no one's gonna like me. Don't be like the opposite of that and be like, everybody loves me. Don't be like that either. Just be like normal. Just be you. That's the fucking key. That's what a lot of people don't get. They try to put on a face or a mask. Me asking my dumb questions, like the superpower thing, that's me, right? Like, that is what I do. That's the shit I say, because it's not something that someone has ever heard, okay? Or at least at that day. But I'm not going to, like, people watch and think I know anything about the people that I want to be friends with, and then try to be a version of that for that. Like, that's extra, and you don't want to be like that. So, and you definitely don't want to get people to like you or a version of you that's not even who you are, because now you're having to keep up the lie and the act and all that, and that's fucking work, and that's not what you're going for. Let's see. Practice repotting. What? Move a friendship from its original setting to a new one? Like, this is okay. So, asking a work colleague to grab coffee or a gym buddy to see a movie. Okay, to deepen the bond. Okay, so it's just really weird repotting. So, okay, so like the gym friend or the bar friend, the friends that have a label in, instead of just meeting them at the gym, then yeah, you want to go grab lunch, you want to go see a movie, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, if you're wanting to take that person. Here's the thing, though. You should know, if you're, like, friends in that zone, you should have enough time to get the likes and, like, something. You should know something by then, okay? Let's see. Be the initiator. Guilty. Overcoming social friction. So vulnerability, consistency over intensity. Okay, yeah. It's better to have a short 15-minute chat once a week than one 4-hour dinner every 6 months. So, yeah. Accept flakiness. Don't take it personally if people cancel or don't reply immediately. Adults' lives are busy and often situational. So, yeah, that's the other thing. Is that, yeah, generally you have to plan. And for someone who doesn't like to do such things, like, for the right people, you make the time. You know what I mean? And then once you do that, you actually have an amazing payoff. So, people that I can call anytime, I don't have to think about what I'm saying. I can just blurt it out. I can be 100% unapologetically me, and it's totally fine, no consequences. I could go somebody and be like, hey, I need a shovel. Oh, hey, I got you. Like, that's the kind of people you want to shoot for, but that's something that takes a lot of time, 2,000 hours or whatever the fuck it said. So, don't get discouraged if you have to start small and you just have, like, little nugget friends at first, okay? Because everything, it always takes that first step. So don't be afraid to take that first step. Put yourself out there, because honestly, life, especially rough times in life, is a lot easier when you have people you can depend on. And sometimes family is great, and sometimes you just want a friend, that's all. So, we're going to wrap this up now, bring it back in. This has been episode 42, Making Friends as an Adult, which is not as easy as making friends as a kid, but hey, not impossible, alright? Everything is figure-outable. Boom. You're welcome. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't seen any of their videos, there's one that's going to pop up that, you might like. It might be a short, might be a long, whatever the fuck. Go ahead and click on it. Like, share, blah, blah, blah. You get it. So have a great day, and we will see you next time. Not two hands today. Is it weird that I said that? Yeah, it's weird. Okay.